Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Aussie Goddess Show. A warm welcome to all of the viewers from my YouTube channel who've been following me on here too. So hello to you guys. I also want to say thank you to any new viewers coming on board. It's beautiful to have you here, and I'm very happy to have the opportunity to do this show. I am dressed Christmassy today because it's our work Christmas party, and so I'm wearing the Christmas t-shirt and everything, so all ready to go for Christmas. So for those of you who do celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a wonderful year this year with your family. And for those of you who don't celebrate, enjoy your break, because you still get to have a little bit of a mini holiday, which is also good. For us here in Australia, it's really nice because we get to take, the time off, and a lot of people go to the beach, have outside barbecues, but it's a really big family day for us here. So very nice for me to catch up with some of my family, which is lovely. So today I will be taking callers, but I will do a bit of a mini read for the day to let you know where we're up to with the energies in the universe today. If you are interested, I do daily reads on YouTube under the Aussie Goddess. I do say a lot, so you have to excuse that. It's just been a really bad habit I've got into. So I am on YouTube. I do daily energies, weekly and monthly star signs. I also have a Facebook page, so you can follow me at the Aussie Goddess. I'm on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, wherever you'd like to catch me up. I do personal readings. I do them from home. I do them via Skype, and I work all around the world. So I have been incredibly privileged to have this journey. As a person who spent a lot of years trying to understand how to use this energy, I knew I had it, but I didn't really know what it meant. So now I'm very lucky. Okay, so we have the Six of Cups coming up here. So the Six of Cups denotes something from the past. It's about childhood, memories, nostalgia, all of those sort of things. So somebody may be contacting you from your past. You may have an opportunity to revisit something from your past. Behind that, we do have the Ten of Wands. So some sort of cycle closing out. So maybe you haven't seen this person for a long time. Eight of Swords, there may have been some sort of anxiety around this person in the past. But there is an opportunity here, maybe dealing with a Libra, Gemini or Aquarius, but there is an opportunity here to make amends with someone from your past. That doesn't mean they're going to stay in your life, but perhaps it's a time, because it's Christmas, you may be coming across someone that you've had some sort of maybe an argument or disagreement with in the past, and this is a time for closure. Probably a good time when it's Christmas, but I feel that this may be a bit of a surprise. This person coming back in could be a family member, a friend, may even be someone that you've had a relationship with in the past. Now, I always say to people, if people contact you and you don't want any contact with them, you're completely at liberty to say, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to have anything to do with you. That I left that in the past, whatever it is for you. But this can also be someone like a family member or someone who perhaps you've crossed swords with in the past, but somebody coming in anyway to offer something. The Four of Cups is coming out here. So it's very likely you do not want to have something to do with this person, or it's difficult to manage this. So if it's a family member and you've said goodbye for a particular reason, it may be something you don't want to reconcile, and that's fine. But Christmas is a time for bringing people together. We do have the card of Justice here. So at the end of the day, even if you don't reconcile with this person or carry on having, relationship or friendship or whatever it is, this is what you've got here, which is closure. It's like the universe here saying you can close it off now. It's finished. It's done. But for you, there's a sense of peace and clarity around this. So always good to have that closure. We don't always get it, but always good to have it. So it's like your life feels a little better now moving forward here, having an opportunity to say goodbye to something that perhaps has troubled you. Maybe you've thought about it a little bit and wanted to get it over and done with. But definitely understanding that that it's done and you don't have to hang on to it anymore. We do have the death card coming out here. So this is about transformation. So this situation may mean now that you can change the way you do things because you've let this go, which is always really nice. So the universe giving you an opportunity for closure here. I do want to say you could be dealing with someone who's a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. This person here could be a younger person you've been dealing with, but they could just be a little bit immature. So maybe the reason you fell out was because more of the maturity level with them than anything else. We do have the Devil card coming in too, so it could be that they did something wrong. They may have taken money from you. They may have lied to you. But this connection you've had with this person still feels fairly strong. So the universe giving you an opportunity to close something out here that no longer applies to you, that you don't need in your life, but giving you an opportunity to bring closure in on that situation. Rightio, we have our first caller coming in here. So we have Kenyatta in Mobile, Alabama, USA. Hello, Kenyatta. How are you?
I'm fine.
Hello. Oh, good. How are you?
I'm here.
Good.
I'm fine.
Good. And are you feeling the Christmas spirit or the holiday spirit coming in for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Beautiful. So do you celebrate that time of the year?
Yes, I do.
Beautiful. And what can I do for you today? What would you like to ask?
I was trying to ask, is my love life going to get better? Is I'm going to meet someone that is good for me? Because I've been meeting people that have been hurting me and lying to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I can feel you've had some troubled relationships. The last one doesn't feel that long ago either, so you've still got a lot of the person in your energy still. The thing is, what happens is sometimes when we've had bad experiences, we sort of expect that something is not going to turn out well for us going forward. So I always say to people, make sure that you're working on your own energy and releasing, forgiving, whatever you need to do to clear your energy. You do have someone coming in. I feel like it's next year, but I do think it's late next year. So maybe around about August, September. And I do feel that between here and then, there'll be a lot of prompts from the universe to do some things for yourself in the meantime and have the opportunity to meet someone when you're feeling really independent and self-sufficient. This person will be a little different from the people you've been meeting before. Obviously not going to be the same sort of character, because I feel that you have been treated poorly, but this is also about you understanding your personal boundaries, being really firm with not putting up with stuff anymore. So this next several months, there's a little bit of work for you around understanding how to assert yourself in relationships, how to recognize when people are not treating you well. I think you're a really good person, and I think you invest a lot of time and energy in people that perhaps don't deserve to have your love and care. So what I normally talk to people about is, having the time to really recognize who you are, congratulate yourself on your strengths, really build up your personal strengths, but also understand that the goodness you have in you is not always something that other people are going to respect. We sort of grow up thinking that everybody's going to treat us the same way we treat them, and that doesn't always happen, sadly.
Right.
So I do see someone coming in for you, but most likely this person does feel like long term. It does feel like a strong relationship, but probably not towards towards the end of next year.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask? Because I'm happy to help you out with that.
Okay, yeah. And do you see my financial situation getting better. I wanted to go to school.
Yeah, that's what I said. I really see this next several months for you, Kenyatta, putting in a lot of energy into yourself, okay? I feel that you're going to be doing the things that you want to do. It's like time to invest in you, and this is what brings the new person in. So it's once you start investing, there appears to be some sort of change to your work situation probably around about March next year. And things will start to pick up. I think you're in a bit of a slump at the moment, which is, just part of what we do when we're growing. Sometimes the universe, gives us time out to, do a bit of self-growth. So if you're looking at education, changing what you do, there's some sort of change here coming in around about March next year. And I feel that once you sort of get to that point, you'll have a clearer direction in which way you want to go. I feel that you're floundering a little bit at the moment about how to move forward, but over the next couple of months, you're going to have much more clarity, okay? But this is about self-investment now. You've got to love yourself, give yourself what you need, and once you start doing that, things will start turning around for you.
Okay.
All right, and you have a lovely Christmas. Yeah, you will feel the difference. I reckon you'll be feeling the difference after Christmas. Sometime around about February, March, you'll be starting to feel things picking up and your energy will start to increase.
Okay.
All right, so you have a lovely Christmas.
Okay, you too. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you. It's so lovely to talk to people on here. I really enjoy doing that. I love working with people. I work with a lot of people around relationships and also about looking after yourself, putting energy into yourself, because we tend to put ourselves on the back burner and we tend to sort of look after other people's needs before we do our own. A lot of the time when our energy's low and flat, we forget that we need recharging. We need to recharge our batteries. And, for some people that might be taking a holiday, but if you can't afford to do that, you can have a holiday right in your own home. Run yourself a hot bath, do a bit of meditation, light a few candles, but do something you really like to do. Read a book, watch a movie, and allow your emotions to flow. Sometimes when we get stuck and we go through those periods of time where we're not moving forward, we wonder if things are working the way they need to be working, and we tend to sort of get in this sort of slump because we're questioning everything. And sometimes at that time it's worthwhile just letting go and allowing the universe to bring things in, and the best way of letting go is to use that energy on yourself. Okay, so we have Norma in War Acres, Oklahoma, USA online. Hello, Norma.
Yes. Hello,
hey,
how are you
going? I'm good. How are you? That's a lovely, happy voice. What a beautiful, happy voice. What can I do for you today?
Well, I was just wondering if you could maybe give me some hint which direction the new year is going to bring me. I'm retired. I've been retired going on almost 9-10 years. I was a nurse before I retired, and, being a nurse is really a busy profession. So after
Absolutely.
I went into retirement, it's, I'm kind of like floundering. Well, I've been floundering around for the past 10 years or so.
You have such a lovely energy for people. So you may have found that when you sort of backed off your job a little bit, perhaps you sort of stopped having that sort of more social interaction with people. And I feel that that's what's really missing for you now. I think you have that sort of personality that would be wanting to be around people. So are you doing any volunteer work at the moment?
No, I'm not really doing much of anything. I guess I've been, I'm like, I really like to create things so a little crafty person. I'll pick stuff up and start working on it. But even that hasn't really been holding my attention as much as I just feel like there's something I'm looking for and haven't found it yet. That's the way I feel.
I do think it's got more of a connection with people. I think this is what, I think you are very good at what you do. You are very crafty. I can see you working on things, very, very small, detailed things. So have you been making dream catchers?
No, I've never made a dream catcher ever in my life.
Okay. So I'm not sure what the significance of that is, but when I tuned into you doing close things, there's something about a dream catcher. So just keep that in mind. It may not be about the work. It may be something significant for you. But I do see you becoming more social in the next year. There seems to be a lot more of you getting out and about. So I feel that you'll gain your ideas by perhaps going to markets or going to places where, you get the interaction and also you can do the craft stuff. I think that it's the people, the social stuff you're missing more so than the working you're doing. So I feel that you may get involved in maybe somewhere where you're around different people, because I feel your ideas are going to come from that. But I do see markets, so I'm not sure if you've considered that. They are showing me you walking through markets, so I'm not sure if you're looking at maybe doing something where you can interact with people through some sort of craft that you want to do. I also see you maybe joining a group or maybe getting in amongst a group of people, because I really strongly feel that it's the energy of other people that helps you get a little bit more focused on what you want to do. Do you have younger grandchildren, do you?
Oh, yes, I have younger grandchildren. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The baby,
also maybe,
go ahead.
No, that's okay. I was going to say, I feel like an idea is coming in for you. I feel like you're right on the edge of getting an idea for something. So in the tarot cards, there's a card which we call the Empress, and she's a person who gets very, very much in touch with nature in order to understand her own creativity, and they're waving that in front of me at the moment. So I really feel there's a need for you to connect more with people, but also to get out into nature a little bit more, do the things, like getting out walking. As I said, they're showing markets, so getting out amongst things a little bit more. And being able to take from other people. I feel strongly like someone else is going to give you an idea, and I'm seeing a lot of children around you. So I'm thinking the idea is either coming from the children or from someone who's around you who's going to talk about something, and you're going to go, that is exactly what I want to do.
Okay.
Now, because they've shown me the dream catcher, I'm wondering too if they're saying pay attention to your dreams. And I mean your sleeping dreams, not your daydreams, sort of when you're sleeping. Mm-hmm. So maybe a good idea to perhaps journal at the moment, or when you wake up, just write things down, because I feel like there's ideas, lots of ideas coming in for you next year. And possibly you'll be able to sort of make some sort of business out of that, because I don't think it's so much about the money for you. It's more about the connection to other people, the connection to what you're making, because I think you put a lot of love. You may make very individual things, because I see you putting a lot of love into what you do.
Okay. I think you're getting and this is just my way, this is my thinking. I'm Native American, so I think the dream catcher is signifying me, my race. I mean, I don't know if that's, what it is or what, but that's, when you said dream catcher, immediately I thought, oh, she's tuning into the fact that I'm Native American.
Oh, there you go. Thank you for telling me that, because sometimes I don't understand what they're seeing.
We have a lot of birthdays in January in our family. I mean, there's probably about 4 or 5 grandchildren all born in January.
Yeah, I think, a great people, the Capricorns. I feel like one of them is going to give you an answer. Keep your ears open, okay?
Okay.
Because I feel like you're going to get a very good clue from one of your children in January, one of your grandchildren.
Okay.
All right.
I'll keep
So you have a lovely Christmas and enjoy the time with your family, and just rest assured things are going to change for you and be a lot more lively in the next year. So you know it's coming.
All right,
I feel you know it's coming.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate this so much. And you have a wonderful Christmas also.
You have a lovely Christmas. Much love, Norma.
Thank you. And same to you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Isn't it beautiful? See, I get to speak to people all around the world, and I think that there is, such a beautiful connection with spirit. I never really know what I'm being shown. I never always know what they're trying to say to me, which is quite interesting, because sometimes when I'm shown images, I'm like, okay, that may not mean anything. And sometimes I say it to a person and think, I wonder what spirit is showing me here. So it's lovely sometimes when you get that feedback to say, this is why you're being shown that. I think that's beautiful that it was a dream catcher, one of my favorite things as well. So beautiful energy. I also want to talk about relationships, because I sort of touched on that a little bit earlier. I do a lot of work with people around their personal relationships, and I work very closely with people because I'm a certified life coach as well. So I'm a bit of everything. I'm a mix, a Heinz variety, whatever you'd like to call me, a bit of a gypsy at heart. But I collect things up. So I when I don't know something, or I'm not really sort of, having a good background in something, I am a researcher, so I'll go out and find stuff out. And through my personal experiences, I've learned a lot about the journey of, relationships and issues and problems. And I guess I feel that, working with others to help them through situations is so very, very important. So I do a lot of work with people on relationships, especially relationship breakups. So people who are learning to be self-sufficient, learning how they can move forward, and I do it in a very coaching way. So, it might mean that we do, a few appointments where I sort of help you to track yourself back to yourself again. We tend to be a little bit invested in our relationships, and we lose ourselves a little bit. And a lot of people come out of relationships for whatever reason, and they've lost sight of who they were. So it's a little bit about getting people back into being back in touch with themselves again, finding that self-love and understanding, themselves in relationships, because that is what we lose sight of. We overly invest sometimes. And that just doesn't mean romantic relationships. It can be about families too, not really understanding family dynamics quite as much. So working with people, it's okay to, walk away from people if things aren't going well. It's, good to speak up if you feel that, somebody's not listening to you. Very important to be able to express yourself to people, but not holding back on conversations because you're worried about them hurting someone else's feelings, which is, of course, a lot of what we do. So I'm an empath, and I imagine there's a lot of psychics out there who are empaths, and our empathy is developed from a lot of confusion and maybe even abuse in our childhood, where we're taught that being sensitive or oversensitive is not good for us. We get taken advantage of. So often we start growing up thinking that we need to be always oversensitive to everybody else's needs and not our own. And that's a little bit of a learning there, a little bit of learning how to protect yourself, how to protect your energy, and also how to, be able to recognize red flags in other people, but being able to address those red flags and understand, that they're not healthy, but not ignoring them either. And that's what we tend to do as empaths. We think, that wasn't a great thing to do, and we ignore it. So I want to just go through again. If you're interested in personal readings, please check out my YouTube channel. All the details to contact me are underneath my YouTube videos at the Aussie Goddess. I do have the Facebook page. I'm on Instagram as Yvonne Denise, if you can't find me under the Aussie Goddess. But do get in touch with me if you do want to have readings. Please have a lovely Christmas. For those who celebrate Christmas with your families, make sure that you have a lot to eat, not too much to drink, especially if you're driving. But also make sure that you have the best time you can. If you don't celebrate Christmas, that's fine too. Have a wonderful holiday. At least you get to spend time with your families. You don't have to work, which is also great. If you are working at Christmas, I did that for many years. Make sure that you still have a wonderful day. Make sure that you love every time like it's your first time. So much love to you all, and I'll see you in 2 weeks, because I won't be seeing you on Christmas Day, but I'll see you in 2 weeks. So much love.